Over the millennia of its development, Hinduism has adopted several iconic symbols, forming part of Hindu iconography, that are imbued with spiritual meaning based on either the scriptures or cultural traditions. The exact significance accorded to any of the icons varies with region, period and denomination of the followers. Over time, some of the symbols, for instance the swastika, has come to have wider association, while others like are recognized as unique representations of Hinduism. Other aspects of Hindu iconography are covered by the terms murti, for icons, and mudra, for gestures and positions of the hands and body. Hindu sacraments. Hindu sacraments are physical objects or markings that are considered sacred and used as a sign of devotion by the followers of Sanatana Dharma. These are often objects associated with a puja, a religious ceremony. Tilaka. The tilaka is a mark worn on the forehead or other parts of the body as a sign of spiritual devotion. Hindus may wear a tilaka regularly or especially on religious occasions. The shape of the tilaka is often an indicator of devotion to a certain deity. For example, a U-shaped tilaka usually denotes devotion to Vishnu, while Shiva devotees often wear it in the form of 3 horizontal lines. It may be made of saffron, vermilion, turmeric, clay, or simply ash. To denote marriage and auspiciousness, married Hindu women commonly wear a decorative vermilion dot or bindus, or bindi, on the forehead. This is analogous to a wedding ring worn in Western countries. In southern India, the mark is called pottu. The exact shape, size and location of the bindi or pottu shows regional variation. For instance, in northern India the bindi is often worn just below the hairline, while in southern India it is more common to wear it between the eyebrows. In East India, especially in West Bengal, traditionally larger bindus are worn as mark of devotion towards goddess Durga. Vibhuti is the holy ash obtained from sacred puja rites involving fire. Also a variant called bhasma are used as vibhuti is prepared from the purified ashes of cow dung. Ashes, the product of fire, is considered intrinsically pure. It is used on the forehead, normally as 3 horizontal lines representing Shiva. Some Hindus meld both the 3 horizontal vibhuti lines of Shiva and the U-shaped tilaka of Vishnu in an amalgam marker signifying Hari Hara. In addition, sacred ash signifies that the body's origin is from dust, and ashen to dust, and ash it shall return. The ash is a marker of impermanence. Everything in the interim is but an illusion. Vibhuti, when applied to the forehead, also symbolizes the willingness to destroy negative thoughts and qualities, as these negative qualities, if not destroyed, will bring all kinds of pains in life. Rudraksha are seeds of the Rudraksha tree that, in Hinduism, represent the tears of Lord Shiva. They are often threaded into a necklace and used as a rosary to accompany prayer and meditation. Universal symbols. Among the most revered symbols in Hinduism, 3 are a quintessential part of its culture and are most representative of its general ethos. Om is the sacred sound symbol that represents universe, the ultimate reality. It is prefixed and sometimes suffixed to all Vedic mantras and prayers. Aum is often said to represent God in the 3 aspects of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. As the divine primordial vibration, it represents the one ultimate reality, underlying and encompassing all of nature and all of existence. The written syllable called Omkara serves as a deeply significant and distinctly recognizable symbol for Hindu Dharma. The pronunciation of Aum moves through all possible human linguistic vowel sounds and is different from the pronunciation of Om. Both are often symbolically equated, although they are sonically distinct. Swastika is a symbol connoting general auspiciousness. It may represent purity of soul, truth, and stability, or, alternatively, Surya, the sun. Its rotation in 4 directions has been used to represent many ideas, but primarily describes the 4 directions, the 4 Vedas and the harmonious whole. Its use in Hinduism dates back to ancient times. Sri Chakra Yantra. Sri Chakra Yantra of Tripura Sundari is a mandala formed by 9 interlocking triangles. 4 of these triangles are oriented upright, representing Shiva of the masculine. 5 of these triangles are inverted triangles representing Shakti, or the feminine. Together, the 9 triangles form a web symbolic of the entire cosmos, a womb symbolic of creation, and together express Advaita Vedanta and non-duality. All other yantras are derivatives of the supreme yantra. Symbols associated with individual deities. Several symbols in Hindu iconography are associated with particular devas, and vice versa. In certain cases, the deities themselves are personifications of natural forces, for instance Agni, Vayu, Surya and Prithvi. In other instances, the associations arise from specific incidents or characteristics related in Hindu theology. The iconography serves to identify the particular deity in the pictorial or sculptural representations. The symbolism also often links the deities with a particular natural or human attribute, or profession. It is important to understand the symbolism in order to appreciate the allegorical references in not only Hindu scriptures, but also in both ancient and modern secular works of authors from the Indian subcontinent. The art and science of designing temples includes the study of sculpture and the ornamentation of religious significance as described in sacred texts. In ancient India, 12 years of theoretical and practical training used to be given to the student by an able, experienced teacher. Shiva Lingam. The Shiva Lingam represents the divine being Shiva, and is used as a symbol of the power of fertility and strength. Shiva Linga is the most important and a popular symbolic representation of Lord Shiva in Hinduism. It represents God himself in his all the 3 aspects: creator, sustainer, protector and destroyer, meaning the word Shiva Linga is a combination of the words Shiva and Linga. Thus, Shiva Linga is a representation of God in his all-auspicious aspect. Again, Shiva also means one in whom all creation sleeps after dissolution. Linga also means the place of dissolution of the disintegrated universe. The Shiva Linga represents the supreme creator, the cause behind the creation, protection, and destruction of everything visible and invisible, and the god Shiva. Types. Based on the mobility of the object of worship, Shivalingas are broadly divided into 2 categories: Kala and Akala. Kala Shivalingas. These are made of stone, crystal, metals, clay, rice, dough, etc. These can be moved from one place to another. Akala Shivalingas. The sacred texts describe many types of Shiva Linga based on variations in the proportions. The following is the description of Sarvatobhadra Shiva Lingam, preferably constructed in black spotless hard stone, which can be worshipped by every living being. These Shivlingas are installed in temples and affixed to ground or a base. They are usually made of stones or metals. The sacred texts suggest that the Shiva Linga must have 3 parts: a bottommost 1/3 road part that is in the earth, Brahma Bhagam. It is rectangular in cross-section. A middle 1/3 road part is called Vishnu Bhagam or Vishnu Bhaga. It is octagonal in cross-section. Both the Brahma Bhagam and Vishnu Bhagam are embedded in Pitham. A visible 1/3 road Shiva Puja Bhagam or Puja Bhaga, which is topmost part, which is worshipped. It is circular in cross-section and cylindrical in shape. It represents Rudra, the dissolutor or destroyer of the world. It is known as Puja Bhagam because this part is worshipped. Brahma Sutras. These are certain essential lines present on the Rudra Bhagam. Without them a Shiva Linga is unfit to be worshipped. The Shiva Linga is at the level of ground and easily accessible to the worshippers irrespective of the caste, social or economic status. The lotus. The lotus is associated with the creation theology as well as the gods Vishnu's Brahma and Lakshmi. The Veena. The musical instrument Veena is associated with the Hindu goddess Saraswati and the sage Narada. It represents arts and learning. Conch. The conch shell is a major Hindu article of prayer, used as a trumpeting announcement of all sorts. The god of preservation, Vishnu, is said to hold a special conch panchajanya that represents life as it has come out of life-giving waters. In the story of Dhruva, the divine conch plays a special part. The warriors of ancient India would blow conch shells to announce battle, such as is famously represented in the beginning of the War of Kurukshetra in the Mahabharata, a famous Hindu epic. The conch shell is also a deep part of Hindu symbolic and religious tradition. Today most Hindus use the conch as a part of the religious practices, blowing it during worship at specific points, accompanied by ceremonial bells. Shankar also symbolizes the sound that created the universe and stands for knowledge. Chakra. The chakra, a disc-like weapon of Vishnu, is often found mounted on the top of Vaishnava temples or incorporated into architectural designs. Images depicting Vishnu's four-armed Narayana form almost always include the chakra in one of his hands. It is a general symbol for protection. Chakra is also known to symbolize the need to follow Dharma and to condemn adharma. Multiple heads and arms. An array of Hindus, Buddhist, and some Jain deities are often depicted with multiple heads, arms, and other body parts, creating what one author refers to as a multiplicity convention in religious iconography. Such multiple body parts represent the divine omnipresence and immanence, and thereby the ability to influence many things at once. The specific meanings attributed to the multiple body parts of an image are symbolic, not literal, in context. In such depictions, the visual effect of an array of multiple arms is to create a kinetic energy showing that ability. Vahana. Vaharana, a vehicle, sometimes called a mound, is an animal or mythical entity closely associated with a particular deity in Hindu theology. Sometimes the deity is iconographically depicted riding and/or mounted on the Vahana. Other times, the Vahana is depicted at the deity's side, symbolically represented as a divine attribute. Vishnu. Hindus are usually Vaishnavites. This would indicate the great importance of Vishnu as probably the most popular of Hindu gods. Though in the Hindu trinity he comes after Brahma, Vishnu remains preeminent. He is the protector god. Of the three gods of the Hindu triad, Vishnu's being the preserver appears most human. The Rig Veda. Vishnu is conceived as the sun in three stages: rising, zenith and setting. The Vedic Vishnu strides through the heavens in 3 steps. This is Vishnu's great deed and constitutes his great glory. With these 3 steps, Vishnu's a solar deity courses through the 3 divisions of the universe, the god being manifest in a threefold form. As Agni on earth, Indra a value in the atmosphere, and Surya in the sky. He is said to have taken these 3 steps for the preservation and benefit of mortals. The zenith is appropriately called Vishnu's place. His 3rd step cannot be seen with human eyes. It is here that Indra dwells. Table of symbols. Gopura. It is the tower was built on the wall of entrance. It was many-storied, building up to 1-storied to 16-storied. It contained Kudivarai, Prasthra, Karnakuta, Sala, Panchara, Kudu. Like many porticos there, it can see mainly in South Indian temples its Dravidian architecture.